Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my April beauty favorites. I have makeup and some skincare in here, but mostly makeup products in here that we're going to be talking about. I am so sorry that I am getting this video up later. I wasn't able to get it filmed until like the first week of May, which we are in now. My family came to visit this past weekend. My mom came, my brother and his wife came, and his wife's cousin. It's the first time that I've seen either my brother or my mother in person since before the pandemic, and they live in Portland, Oregon. I live in Memphis, so I kind of wanted to make sure that I was mainly focusing on them and not really spending a lot of time, worrying about my channel and my social medias and stuff. But I am back, and we're back to filming. So today we're going to be going over some products that were my favorites for the month of April. The first thing we're going to be talking about are some products from Kimchi Chic Cosmetics, mainly the complexion products. The only thing that's not in here is the concealer. I got the concealer a little bit too light, so therefore I haven't really been able to give it a real try to see what I think about it. I'm going to try to get it in a deeper formula or deeper shade later, and then I can give you guys more of a review of that. But I have been loving all of Kimchi Chic's complexion products, especially combined. First, we have the Effin primer. This one is the matte formula. There is a hydrating formula. I love the packaging. It's just so super cute. All the cute details that Kimchi puts into her products, they just make the products even more exciting to use. But this one is the matte primer. It has kind of a silicone-y feel, but there is no silicone in it. It helps to mattify the skin. I find that it helps to blur my pores as well. It helps to keep my skin matte and just kind of controls the oil throughout the day. I do have a little bit of an oily breakthrough. My face is oily. It doesn't control the shine completely, but it helps keep my makeup in place. It helps keep the foundation looking good throughout the day. I am absolutely loving this primer. This has become one of my favorites in my entire collection of primers, and I do have a lot. And then we have the Kimchi Chic, a really good foundation. This shade is in 115M, which is kind of a warm, medium shade. A little bit of a kind of a tan yellow to it. This formula is so freaking nice. It's kind of a semi matte satin finish. It goes on very smooth. It looks very skin-like. Now, just to preface, go back, Kimchi Chic is a drag queen. She's a Korean drag queen. So considering the fact that she is a drag queen, I do expect her products to last throughout the day because, for a drag queen, their products need to last. They're in under these hot lights all day. They're in this makeup for hours. And I expect that, products made from a drag queen would have long-lasting power, and they do. This foundation looks so beautiful on the skin. My skin looks like skin. I don't look like I'm wearing foundation. It lasts all day long. It does not break up as my skin starts to get a little bit shiny throughout the day. This has become one of my absolute favorite formulas. This foundation is absolutely amazing. When they say it is a really good foundation, they mean it is a really good foundation. It's pretty damn good. Then we have the Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Powder. The shade that I got is in Banana. There are different shades, and they also have little minis now. So like if you want to try out the product in a smaller one before you invest in the big one. But I'm telling you, if you decide to go ahead and go with the bigger packaging, you are not going to regret it. It's very lightweight, very soft focus finish. The formula is just so soft and just very silky in the way that it feels. It disperses beautifully on the skin. It blurs everything. It sets everything down without looking like super powdery and cakey. And it just leaves my skin looking so nice throughout the day. And then the last product is the Stage Proof Matte Setting Spray. I was thinking that there was a hydrating setting spray, but I think this is the only one that there is. And this combined with the primer and the foundation and the powder, it just sets everything down so beautifully. I'm actually wearing it right now. I'm also wearing the powder and the primer. The only thing I'm not wearing is the foundation. I'm currently working on trying to empty something else, but it just leaves the skin with a very nice, just soft matte finish, sets everything down without drying your face out, helps your makeup last throughout the day. I have used the Puff Puff Pass Powder and the primer with other foundations, and I've gotten the same results with every foundation that I have used with it, as well as the setting spray. So if you're worried about whether or not these products will work with other formulas, I've used them with at least 4 or 5 other foundations, just testing out, and it has worked well with everything. I have not had an issue where, it didn't work with this foundation, but worked with that one. Every foundation that I've used, these products have worked really, really well with all of them. The next thing I have is a blush. This is the LYS Cream Blush. This is the matte finish cream blush. The shade that I have is an Epic. This is what the packaging looks like. This was part of my Sephora haul, the second one that I did back in March for my birthday. They were giving out this Tatcha set as like the free gift, but you had to make a purchase, so I grabbed this blush and also grabbed the highlighter. This blush is so beautiful. It's so super creamy, has kind of a cream balm feel to it, and it blends over powder, after you set your foundation so beautifully, just smooths right onto it. It's not like a super matte finish. It just leaves this very healthy kind of a glow to the skin, and this shade is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of a burnt orange kind of a tone to it, a little bit of a brown. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm wanting to get some more shades. I haven't yet, but the plan is to try to grab at least a couple more shades of this formula. I don't know what it is about 2022, but I've really been getting into complexion products, so I've been testing out like a lot of foundations and then really wanting to try out cream and liquid blushes. I do have a video coming soon where I'm going to be talking about some of the blushes that I have been using, because I have several that I have been testing out, and I was trying to figure out a way that I could talk about them. And I saw that Emily Noel did a video, and I haven't watched it yet, but she did a video where she's talking about the different blushes that she's been testing out, and I thought, you know what, that would be a good way to just kind of do like a speed review of a specific product that I have been working on and kind of testing out and just kind of, seeing what works and what doesn't. But this blush is absolutely beautiful. I am loving it. It's gorgeous. I have one body product, and then we have a couple of eyeshadow palettes. So there's not like a whole lot of products in this month's favorites, but the ones that I have, I have been loving. This one is from Dionis. I think I had the body cream in my favorites last month. If I did not, I did talk about that in my last product, Empties. I absolutely loved it. Dionis, this is my first time trying out the brand. It is a goat milk brand. From what I read on Ulta, all the products are handmade. They smell incredible. The cream was unscented, but this one, oh my God. This is lavender blossom, and it is so calming. So relaxing. This bottle is actually empty. I'm going to be putting it in my empty, so I'll be talking about this again sometime in the next couple of months. But it's very rich, very creamy, very hydrating. The fragrance, while you can smell it, was not like super heavy. It didn't feel like you were being like overwhelmed with lavender. Instantly calmed the senses. It just made me feel so relaxed using this product. It was such a lovely experience. I definitely want to try some more products from Dionis. I have some things currently in my Ulta cart right now, but this was such a rich, creamy formula. Oh my God, I gotta smell it again. Smells good. It smells like lavender cream. Like if you took milk, turned it into cream, and then threw some lavender. That is literally what it smells like. Same thing in the way that it feels. But this was such a lovely product. Definitely looking forward to trying some more from the brand. I just thought it was amazing. I have 2 palettes here that I want to talk about. The first one is from Tres Luce, the I Am palette, and then the other one is from Beauty Bay. This is the Earthy palette. First, the Tres Luce I Am palette. This is from Becky G. Becky G is a Mexican-American performer. I want to make sure that I'm saying that right. She started her brand, I think it was like the middle of last year. I have gotten one palette. This was not my first experience with Tres Luce. I did get a little palette in a BoxyCharm. But first of all, this packaging. It's just so super cute. This is Becky G right here on the cover. I absolutely love that. One thing that's unique about her eyeshadow palettes is that the mirrors are not attached. This is what the mirror looks like. It's actually magnetic and it slides off, so you can actually take the mirror out. And then on the back, you have the same artwork as you do on the cover. I don't know why she did it that way, but I just thought that was something to mention. It's a little bit unique. So I guess if you want to travel but you don't want to put the mirror in it, you can take it out. And then there's like a little kind of a inspirational quote here from Becky G. That's on the others. That's on the opposite side of the mirror in the palette. This is what the color story looks like. You have a mixture. There's some warm tones in here. There's also some cool tones here. This green right here is absolutely stunning. This black is super pigmented. This yellow, that was the one thing that I mainly wanted to test in this palette. When it comes to yellows in palettes, they can be very hard to formulate as far as getting them to be super, super pigmented, especially on deeper skin tones. This yellow built up on my skin tone very, very nicely. I had no problem with it. It was super vibrant. I would imagine this shade is going to look just as beautiful on deeper skin tones. The palette as a whole was just absolutely beautiful. I found the shades to be very smooth, very blendable. They're very silky in the way that they blended on the eyelid. All the shades that I've used have been super pigmented. I've used almost every single shade in here. So I have my first impressions, and I believe I also did a 2 looks. I will drop both those links down in the description box below so you can see a little bit more about this palette. But I thought it was beautiful. I will be talking about the Bounce, Ready to Bounce cream blushes in that blush video that will be coming up, so definitely look out for that. And then the last palette, the Earthy palette. This one is from Beauty Bay. I first saw this on Trend Mood, I think it was, when it was first being promoted. You had this one. There was, I think, a couple other bigger palettes and medium palettes and the smaller ones, you know, in the different kind of color stories here. This one is 42 pans. Now, I have been trying to do more smaller curated palettes. I don't usually go for the bigger, you know, huge palettes anymore. But I saw this one, you guys, I could not resist. It is absolutely stunning. You have a mixture of cool and warm tone greens in here. There's some that are more blue. There are some, you know, that are a little bit more gray. You have some silvers in here as well. And on the bottom, you have like some warmer tones with some reds and some oranges. This palette is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm wearing it on my eyes right now. All of the mattes blend like silk. These shimmers, they are so super shiny and wet looking. I don't have to wet the brush. I don't have to use my finger. These are just absolutely beautiful. And there are so many multiple looks that you can achieve with this palette. Even though, you know, it's more green, there are so many multiple looks that you can do with this palette. It's just absolutely stunning. I have loved working with it. It's a green lover's dream. So that's all the products that I've just really, really been loving or loved in the month of April, because we are in May now. Let me know if you've used any of these products, what you thought about them, were any of them your favorites. Let me know what some of your favorites for April were. I love hearing what you guys are loving and enjoying, what products are like just bringing you joy. If you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider joining my little family. Make sure to like the video if you are enjoying it. It really does help get the video into recommendations. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so you get notified of any videos coming up in the future. And you can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.